And happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to your favorite show. It's the Inland Sports Show. A couple minutes early. We usually do a 6:05 first pitch, 6:03, just turned 6:04 because we got a big show. We could not mess around. Too much to get to in this show tonight. We always cover football. Yes, we will cover football a little bit later in the show. He is the pride of Centennial High School. He was a star with the Cal Golden Bears, and he is entering the NFL draft. We're talking about Camryn Bynum, who has elected to forego his final season of eligibility in college football with the Cal Golden Bears. He will enter the NFL draft, prepare for the NFL. We're going to talk to Camryn live a little bit later in the show. And we've also got Jeremy Moussa. Remember, Jeremy Moussa was the star quarterback at Roosevelt High School, had a record-breaking year at San Bernardino Valley College, and now he is at Vanderbilt competing for the starting job for the Commodores. They will open up the season against Texas A&M, and Jeremy Moussa could be under center for Vandy when they open up in 2 weeks in SEC football play. And the cool thing about Jeremy Moussa was he's coming back from a big-time ankle injury. He also had COVID. He beat it. He's back, and now he's in camp with Vandy trying to get ready for that first football game of the year on September 26th. But right now, we're going to dedicate the first 30 minutes of this show to our good friends at UC Riverside. They are in a battle right now to keep the athletic department intact. If you have not heard, it's all over social media, and I hope you have heard about it already. There has been we'll call it a proposal, a suggestion, a recommendation that they disband the athletic department to save money, a budgetary move here. But we're going to talk to some student athletes, some coaches tonight on the show. Next week, Athletic Director Tamika Smith-Jones will join us live on the show as well as we try to drum up some support for UCR and the value of athletics. We all know it's a big deal, especially at UC Riverside. So let's go there first. You can see hashtag Keep UCR Athletics. We're going to do it big time right now. Joining us live, we got 4 guests on the show at one time. Look at them. They all look so great. In your top left-hand corner, that is Mike Magpayo, your head men's basketball coach. Top right corner, Nikki Palmer, softball coach. Bottom left, Raena Robinson, softball star. And over here on the bottom right, in fact, he was just on the show a couple weeks ago, but he's back. We love this guy. It's Dominick Pickett from UCR men's basketball. Everyone, thank you so much for coming on the show. There's so much we want to get to tonight to talk about hashtag Keep UCR Athletics, and we're hoping that school administration is watching this show, or maybe we can share it with them so they can see this and the power that athletics have on so many different levels. Let me start with Coach Magpayo here on the top left. And Coach, you know, I know basketball season is quickly approaching, and as the head coach, you're probably thinking, man, I want to focus my attention on just getting the team ready for the upcoming season. But right now, I mean, in the back of your mind, are you thinking, okay, this is the battle that's in front of us right now. We need to win this battle first before we can even think about, you know, the X's and O's and getting ready for that first basketball game of the season. I mean, this is crucial right now, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we have the guys trickling in right now, so they're here and they are eager to represent, but more important, like, they're eager to represent UC Riverside. They're very proud to be Highlanders. You know, I understand this is a really once in a century pandemic, right? This is something that's never happened before. But and I get it, all over the country, you're seeing it's a universal issue. There's cuts. Stanford made cuts, Washington State made cuts, and so on and so forth. But, you know, for me, like, you even look at Dom and Raena and listen to these guys' stories. Like, Dom is a perfect example of, like, the courage and the perseverance that Dom had to show to get to where he's at today as a student athlete. And, you know, overall, UC Riverside is a nationally relevant university. U.S. News World Rankings came out #1 in social mobility, number 38 public university in the country. To me, any nationally relevant university has athletics. I was in the Ivy League for 4 years at Columbia, Harvard. Yeah, they have athletics. I mean, it's a part of the fabric of student life and of any nationally relevant university.
Well, Coach Magpayo, I think you bring up an excellent point. I'm going to go to Coach Palmer next. Coach Palmer, when I think of college life, the college, experience, I automatically think of athletics. Now, I'm not as cool as you guys to play like Division I. I did play a little college, but not as cool as you guys. I was not that good, trust me. But when I think of college and that whole experience, I feel like it goes hand in hand with athletics. I can't really even picture a college campus and have no, whether it's Division III, Division II, NAIA, especially Division I, to not have athletics. I mean, what's your take on that, Coach Palmer?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a big blow for us not to have athletics on our campus. It's something that, you know, I've been here 5 years now, and over the course of my time, I've seen it grow and grow and grow in popularity with the students. We've even had some rowdy student section at our games, which is really fun. And it's just a good environment for the students. The student athletes especially love to support each other and other teams, and it's a big piece of why they attend this university. You know, this is a high academic institution, and these student athletes are high academic people that are also exceptional at their sport, that they wouldn't probably be at UCR without this athletic piece of things. So they bring such a strong diversity and, you know, really gift to the general student body with their talents and, you know, their passion and things like that. So I love to see some, you know, regular non-athlete students walking around and coming to our games and stopping and watching our practices. Like, our field is right there and one of the main entrances, and Raena can tell you we get people stopping, watching all the time. We always flag them over, come on over, come to a game, and it increases popularity. We've had a lot more students over the past 5 years especially starting to attend our games and get excited about UCR athletics. So to not have that would be, you know, really detrimental to the feeling on campus and to the student experience at UC Riverside.
Well, Coach Palmer, let me go to one of your players right now, Raena Robinson. And, you know, when I view athletics, I view, you know, sports and that scholarship as a vehicle to get that college education. And, you know, we got Ray here. And Ray, when you got to UC Riverside and kind of like, you know, using softball as your way to get there and, you know, and play for the Highlanders, you know, what was that experience like of maybe going through, I don't know, the recruiting process and getting to UC Riverside and feeling like I'm at home? Like, I love the Highlanders. I'm at home now.
So my story on that is I got recruited to Riverside a little bit later. I actually met Coach Palmer, you know, my senior year. It was 2017, January rolling around, and I didn't have anybody, or I just wasn't committed at that time. And I attended a few camps and I really fell in love with the team and just how close everybody was at. I remember showing up to Rosetta Canyon over out in Lake Elsinore, and it felt like home. And then I get on campus, you know, I remember walking into Coach Palmer's office with my parents and just asking her questions right out the gate, you know, like, what's it like? What's it like as a family? And everybody was really welcoming. I think in my last 3 years, each year we built our culture and our foundation. Something that I've learned is leave the place better than you found it. And that's something that I live by as a student athlete and something that I've learned from UCR.
Well said, Raena. I'm going to go to Dominick Pickett next. And Dom, I love your story, the pride of the Rancho Verde High School, now at UC Riverside, and a fantastic story. If you know, going on as, you know, a team manager and then a walk-on. Now you got the scholarship to play for the Highlanders as well. Can you imagine what your basketball career would look like if you didn't get the chance to even play, you know, college hoops, especially in your own backyard here at UC Riverside? This whole experience, the last 3-4 years. I mean, can you kind of sum it up? How it's kind of maybe transformed you as a person or even as a player?
Yeah, just off the bat, I just want to say this experience at UC Riverside has been life-changing for me. Just aside from the basketball aspect, just as a man, a person, just growing up, being able to, now it's being my 5th year here at the school, it's just really matured me a lot in terms of my ability to lead a group of people on the team, whether that be from my freshman year all the way till now, just to see the growth that everybody's have on this throughout this program has been tremendous. and just being able to, like I said, lead this group of men now is just really is a testament to kind of the culture that we have built over the last few years that I've been here. And just seeing that overall, it's more than just basketball. It's more than just putting the ball in the hoop. It's more than sports. That athletics here at UCR is enabling many people to reach their overarching goals or whatever, because we're able to develop our skills here. For instance, for my sake, I've been able to become a better leader. I've been able to improve in my leading and in my speaking, things like that. Because again, I've led different groups of individuals from all over the country. And without UCR, I don't really see that happening for me. So I couldn't be more thankful for that.
Thanks, Dom. And Coach Magpayo, I want to go back to you because Dominick brought up a great point about developing those leadership traits. You know, we can't all go pro in basketball. We can't all go pro in softball. A lot of us are going to go pro as doctors or lawyers or mechanics or whatever the case may be. You know, what Dom is developing right now on the floor at UCR, that's going to translate into real life. I mean, whether, you know, as a husband, as a father, as a coworker, all those different things. I mean, what he's learning on the basketball court, it really does mimic real life. I mean, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, you know a little bit about my story. I came from the business world, and I chose this career to help develop these boys and girls into, they become elite adults. You know, even when I ran my business, and you've been in the business world, Pep, I mean, if there's a resume that has a former student athlete on that, that they played a sport in college, it's an automatic that this is going to be an elite individual. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to be competitive. I mean, if you think about it, there's 20,000 high schools in America. There's 357 Division I programs. So Raena, Dom, they've had to battle and compete and perfect their craft to get this opportunity at one of these 357 Division I. So they're already ahead of the game. And just if you look at our athletic department, and these are just numbers that I've seen over the last few years, I mean, we have, in the community, we're great. I mean, we've even our camps, for instance, it's grown tremendously. We had 1,000 kids come over the last 2 summers in camp. But just for these guys, they put in, and I've counted men's basketball players, and I don't know what other sports, but they put in an extra 30 hours a week into their sport, their respective sport. And they still, this whole department still manages to get a 3.0 GPA plus. I mean, it's so, these are elite young adults that are being groomed here at UC Riverside. So for the governor Newsom played baseball at Santa Clara. I mean, it's like, and you think about even Chancellor Wilcox, who came from the great University of Michigan State. That's where he graduated from. He has a doctorate at Purdue. They are known for research, whatever, just like UC Riverside is, but they're also known for a great athletics program. It's a part of your brand. It's a part of the university, and it elevates the university.
You're absolutely right. It is part of the identity of a university is the athletic department. So coaches and Dom and Raena, let's take a quick commercial break here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more because I want to encourage people. How do they get involved? How can you support UCR? There's a petition going around. We're going to tell you where you can find it. What can you do to make sure that your voice is also heard so we can hashtag Keep UCR Athletics. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Need an oil change? Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Family owned and operated, they're committed to our community. There's 2 locations, so there's one close to you, off the 91 freeway at Arlington and off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. Oil changes are very important, so make sure you swing by. It only takes 10 minutes, and you can do a lot more than just have your oil changed. How about new wiper blades? How about an air filter? Plus many more services such as radiator and transmission. Find out more information at 2getspoiled.com. Don't wait. Get spoiled today. The number 1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show. If you're watching live on YouTube or Twitter, we appreciate you doing so. Give us a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. We do this every single Wednesday night, 6:05 first pitch, and a lot of great interviews and content also on the YouTube channel as well. But right now we're talking keeping UCR athletics. That is the battle cry right now, hashtag keep UCR athletics. There is a petition right now that you can sign, and I checked as of 5:30. There were 12,549 people, including myself, who have signed that petition so far. Let me go to Coach Nikki Palmer right now. And Coach Palmer, it's right now, I think we need to show that the outcry is there. There is a public swell of support to show the administration and people, the decision makers who are overlooking the budget for UCR, that athletics are important. And I guess that's a great way, right, is to sign that petition. How would someone do that?
Oh man, find any coach, find any athlete on social media, and it will probably be in their bio section. We've got a lot of different avenues to find that. Our student athletes have been doing a really great job of sharing that. Our alumni, our donors, our community members, supporters, our coaches are doing a really great job. It takes about 30 seconds to click that link, fill it out, sign it. It's so easy. Run around your house, find everybody in your house, have them sign it, and have every neighbor sign it. We want to try to get that thing as high as we can, and we've got a lot of traction on it so far. We're really proud of the efforts that our department's done, and the teaming up that our student athletes and our coaches have done. I mean, we're closer than we've ever been. I mean, as the coaching staff in our department, we talk every day. It's awesome. We've never, had an opportunity to do that. So that's a positive side of this. But yeah, as many as people can. We're really fortunate. A lot of our Big West members, coaches have committed to having their teams sign it. So we're seeing a lot of community outcry and rally here. And I just want to say, too, that no matter who you are, your voice can be loud and can be heard in this effort. So if you can sign it, That's great. That's step one. If you can do more than that, fantastic. We'd appreciate, letters to the chancellor, hashtag keep UCR athletics on social media. We just want to get that hashtag out there a lot, and we can do different things to rally, but support these student athletes and their efforts on social media, retweet, like, all of it. We would appreciate anything, and that's all pretty simple things to do.
And let me stay here with Coach Palmer for a second, because Coach, what I saw on social media, and you just briefly touched on it, was, yes, this has brought the UCR athletic family even closer together, but I saw coaches from the SEC and the Big Ten and all these different conferences across the country saying, whoa, UCR needs our help right now. I'm going to jump in there. Even though it's not our fight, it is college sports in general. College sports are so important. Let me lend my support, my voice to what you guys are doing at UCR. What has been your impression in terms of just schools and coaches and athletes coming out of the woodwork from all these different conferences across the country to support UC Riverside?
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Athletics is a tight-knit family, and you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. It's kind of how it is. I know in softball specifically, between myself and Coach Schweikert and Coach Bristow, Coach Johnson, we know almost all the softball coaches across the country. We tell our team that all the time. They roll their eyes. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, we really do. And it's a family feeling. It's a strong camaraderie, and it's that they see somebody needs help and they jump in. I had a meeting with the Big West softball coaches today. What can we do to help? Coach Palmer, tell us, how much more can we help? What else can we do beyond our team signing the petition? So it's really great to see other sports rally around that. We've seen some Olympians retweeting and sharing and all that, and that's awesome. I just think that the athletics community is so tight-knit that everybody's got each other's backs, and it's really, I think that's a huge positive in this to take away. It's a great rally we've seen from everyone.
Absolutely. Let me stay on that theme as we go to Dominick Pickett here. And Dominick, as a student athlete, what can you do as a student athlete to make sure your voice is heard? And like Coach Palmer was saying, maybe it's using the hashtag, signing the petition, writing a letter to administration. What can you do as a group of student athletes at UCR to kind of get the attention of the decision makers?
Well, I know as student athletes here at UCR, shout out to Raena. We really come together and led some different movements to try to really get the word out, like you said, through different avenues, whether that be letters, meetings, like whatever the case may be. We just want to really shed light on this topic and understand that it is something that needs to be taken serious. So what we really encourage is people outside associates of UCR. So you don't have to necessarily be associated with UCR. You don't have to be student athletes, but we really encourage those people that are not associated to get on board as well. So whether that be signing the petition, sending different letters in, things like that, we really appreciate that, because that is something that we're really needing at this time is that outside influence, that outside support from people not associated with UCR and not an athlete.
Awesome. Thanks, Dom. And you just mentioned Raena over here from UCR softball. Let me go to Ray next. And Ray, how have you directly been involved with this push to just make sure that people are aware of what's going on and the battle right now to keep UCR athletics intact? How have you been involved?
When we found out this, the news that there was a recommended budget proposal for the budget, a few of my fellow peer student athletes, we kind of put our head together and we just thought to ourselves, what could we do to make a difference? And we came up with the idea of, okay, let's form this committee. We know that the coaches kind of have their hands tied with dealing with the outside community and supporting the petition that way, and the higher admin, the key admin, have their hands tied dealing with the BAC and dealing with the chancellor. So the student committee kind of rallied together, and now we're trying to rally the support of the UCR student body. We've reached out to several student programs. We're reaching out to past friends, classmates, old roommates, and trying to get them on board. We're hosting a town hall meeting with all these organizations tomorrow, actually, and getting some good support there. But yeah, that's really what we've come so far. And we know that this is only the beginning. It's unfortunate that this is a situation that we're in, but we know that it's bringing us together, and that it's safe to say that in these past 3 years for myself, but for the other student athletes, that under the guidance of my coaching staff, their coaching staff, and the life lessons and the experiences from the UCR athletics that it's provided for us, it's allowing us to step into this leadership role to contribute to our athletic department moving forward.
Well said, Ray. That was great. Let me finish up with Coach Magpayo here. And Coach, you're a first-year head coach, and the basketball season presumably is right around the corner, assuming we can start pretty close to on time because of the pandemic. Obviously, you'd want to be getting ready for the season and being with your guys and all that. Did this come as a shock? Because, it really surprised me when I saw the news that this was even a suggestion or recommendation to cut the budget, and they would go after athletics. Because I've seen, like you mentioned, Stanford. I've seen other athletic departments where they've had to make some tough decisions and cut some individual sports, but not an entire athletic department across the board. I'm not aware of anything even close to happening similar to what they're proposing here. And I know, listen, we're all feeling the pinch. Trust me, we are all feeling the pinch financially because of the pandemic. But when I saw that news, I think it might have been the Press Enterprise or whoever had it first, I was like, are you serious? I was surprised. Were you surprised when you saw the news?
Yeah, absolutely. Now we have to be, again, sensitive to the fact that this is happening everywhere. But yeah, to cut an athletic department, and again, it's a recommendation with a bunch of other things. But yeah, to be honest, I was pretty surprised. But just so you know, Pep, the season is going. November 25th has been deemed opening night. So men's basketball, I don't know if you saw the news today, the NCAA has targeted November 25th as opening night. So we got to get back. We got to get back practicing in this gym right here. These guys, Dom's got the guys out in the grass fields. They're running. They're all back. We've been doing airport. They're back from Australia, New Zealand. They're ready to go. We're eager to show what we got. So we got a good team, and yeah, the best way to prove it is to get back to the athletes back to practicing and competing. And so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, definitely a surprise.
Well, Coach, I know there's a battle on a couple different fronts here. The battle to keep the athletic department intact. A battle just get ready for the season, which is great. November 25th. In fact, I'm gonna write that down right now so I don't forget that. I'm gonna tweet that out. That's awesome that they've set that date for college basketball, and hopefully we will start on time as things continue to improve out there with COVID-19. Coach Magpayo, Coach Palmer, Raena, Dominick, I appreciate the time. I know this will be an ongoing conversation probably for a couple weeks. Hopefully this does not drag on too deep into the year before they make a decision on the budget, but hopefully there is still time that you can all have your voices heard and show your support for the Highlanders. Again, you can sign the petition, find any UCR coach, find the Inland Sports Twitter. We've all shared it. It's all there at change.org. And again, approaching 13,000 signatures thus far. Again, hashtag keep UCR athletics. Thank you, guys. I don't know if you can still see. There they are. Look at them. They're all happy. Wonderful people. They love UCR. We love athletics, and we appreciate them coming on the Inland Sports Show. God bless you guys, and hopefully next time we talk, we'll talk some real games, not about the athletic department, just some real games coming up and the team for the upcoming season. So thank you, guys. We do appreciate it. When we come back, we are going to talk some college football and the NFL with Camryn Bynum out of Centennial High School. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports. Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
Hey, Billy here from Spoiled in Riverside. Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Inland Sports.
How Kawhi is this? It's so Kawhi that he's amazing, but he could just slip right by you like he's going to the buffet line.
Isn't it funny how the Clippers have really taken on, the character traits of Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard, man, soft-spoken, carries a big stick. I mean, think when he signed his new shoe deal, he didn't go out and do everyone's doing like Nike or I think, Adidas or Under Armour. Dude, he went New Balance, man. And I know he took a lot of heat because people are like, New Balance, that's like what dads buy at Costco to mow the lawn in. So he's always kind of doing his own thing, flying under the radar, and that's exactly what the Clippers are doing right now. Now they're just one win away from the Western Conference Finals.
I also feel like we could all learn a little bit from Kawhi in that he is great at not letting stuff bother him.
Dude, completely unfazed. And last night in that win, 30 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. I know we talk about playoff P, that's Paul George and how he's so great in the playoffs. Dude, come on, give me a break. It's playoff K. Like Kawhi Leonard, man, in the playoffs. He's the best, right? Like he saves the best for the playoffs.
Inland Sports.
Did not age well. You can catch me out on KCAL 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning. I'll be on there tomorrow morning. And man, I love Kawhi Leonard, and I thought they were going to get it done, but man, that take did not age well. Sometimes we all get them wrong, right? I'm not wrong about this. This guy is a stud, and he's got NFL written all over him. It's the great Camryn Bynum out of Centennial High School, formerly of the Cal Golden Bears as well. There he is on the big screen right behind me, joining us live. Cam, are you back in Corona now? Where are you now?
Yep, just got back in Corona just for a little bit right now, just to move my stuff out because I moved out of the Bay Area and about to go start training somewhere. Haven't decided yet, but I'll be out of here soon to start training for the combine and all that.
All right, so Camryn Bynum, Centennial High School star, great career with the Cal Golden Bears. And Camryn, so the Pac-12 obviously announced that they're going to postpone their season with hopes of possibly playing in the spring. But you kind of jumped in front of that and said, hey, if that's going to be the deal, I'm going to, just forego my final season of eligibility at Cal and get ready for the NFL. So according to my math, you've got like 7-8 months to get ready for the NFL draft. I mean, so what went into your decision to, kind of focus on the NFL instead of possibly waiting around to play a spring season in the Pac-12?
So just with the whole pandemic, as we know, everything's been super out of whack, and we really have no clue what's going on. So with all the certainty and especially season being postponed, I wanted to just forego my last season and start preparing for the combine, because say we do play in the spring, I wouldn't have any time to prepare for my 40-yard dash, and that's what scouts really want to see, and that's what's going to be important for me, especially boosting my draft stock, see that I can move well, and I can also show what I can do on the field at the Combine and Senior Bowl. So being able to play in the spring will kind of get in the way of that. So I just wanted to focus completely on my preparation now. And I've started all 3 of my seasons, so I have a pretty good amount of film already. So I was excited about what I've put on film already, and I just think it was time for me to go and start preparing for the next level now.
Be honest, were you a little bummed out? I mean, this was supposed to be your last year. You had a big season with the Golden Bears, and you didn't get a chance to play. Are you a little bummed?
Yeah, so I was thinking about leaving after last season and wanted to come back for my senior year and get it in one last time with all my teammates. And we were planning on winning the Rose Bowl going far, and we didn't see ourselves losing a game by the way we prepared over the offseason. So I was super emotional when I had to make that decision, because it's tough leaving all my teammates and leaving the Bay Area. But now just time to focus on it, because I couldn't control the whole pandemic. So at the end of the day, control what you can control.
Well, Camryn, let me ask you about school-wise at Cal. Are you, close to graduating? Have you already graduated? Can you do it online? I mean, what's the degree situation?
Right now, I'm scheduled to graduate December, so awesome. I just have to finish up 3 more classes, taking my thesis class or your dissertation, whatever you want to call it, and then other than that, I'm taking a couple other classes just for electives, but still have a full school schedule, just doing that from home for now, and then I'm going to be training and fly out to wherever and live wherever I decide to go train. So I'll be balancing school and training just like I've always been. So this is my last semester.
Dude, good for you, man. You're going to finish up in December. Then you finish up in December, and then you can just focus just on football, man. No more
exactly.
schools, no more tests, just football.
Exactly, and it's Zoom class anyway, so it's not too tough. I'm able to get my schoolwork done at home, then go straight to workout, and so there's a lot more time instead of having to go to class and being on campus. There's a lot more time to keep preparing, so I'm excited. I love my schedule right now.
Well, Cam, you touched on it. Let me go back to it, because you talked about, getting the attention of NFL teams as you get closer to the combine, and you said the 40 time. As a secondary player, as a cornerback, do you think that's the thing they look at the most? Is what is your 40 time? Like, how fast are you? Is that maybe the most glaring thing as you prepare for the NFL combine and the draft? Is you just got to lower that 40 time to really get the attention of NFL teams?
Yeah, I think so, because obviously speed is always a big thing for DBs, but my personal take, and what you see a lot, speed doesn't really matter too much in terms of if you can play with technique and if you can win, you can win. So at the end of the day, all that, the 40 time, the good 40 times look nice, but if you can play football and you can use your technique to the point where you don't even have to be running fast because your technique is good, then that's really all just numbers to put on paper. So I'm just trying to check all the boxes, because I know my technique will always be there. And once I'm able to run fast and show that I can move also, then all the boxes are checked, and I put myself in a good position to be drafted pretty high.
Well, Camryn, I bet you this is a blessing in disguise. Is your family happy to have you back home finishing up school? I know you'd rather probably be playing football right now in the Pac-12, but you're home. I'm sure your family, your parents are probably like, man, we didn't see this coming, but it's kind of nice to have you back home for a little bit.
Yeah, it is. But they can only be too excited, because I'll have to head out somewhere to start training soon. So enjoying the time now and being home, but got to leave them again soon. It's sad, but they're understanding how busy I am, and they're with me every step of the way for sure.
Cam, at what point in your football career did you think the NFL was a real possibility? Maybe you were a little kid and you're like, I'm going to the NFL. I know it. Maybe it was last year at Cal. Maybe you were at Centennial High School. At what point were you like, okay, realistically, I think the NFL, is within my grasp. It can actually happen.
I would say I've always known that I put myself in position to work hard enough to be able to make it. But when I really made that jump and really had that confidence, it was after my sophomore season of high school at Centennial. After I was barely playing any JV games, I was like 5th string. And that off season started training with my coach from Ground Zero 7-on-7. And we put in so much time and so many early mornings, 5 a.m. workouts, just so I could get ahead and start the next season. So I was able to start my junior year. And after that, after I saw how hard I worked and how hard I was willing to work to be able to make that jump from being 5th string on JV and jumping up, starting my junior season, I knew just from that point I was going to be able to just work myself. Not even my skill wasn't there yet at that time, but I knew my work ethic was. So I'm confident that I'll be able to go as far as I want to, and I continue to work for that.
Hey, and finally, Camryn, what's the secret at Centennial High School? Because the Huskies just crank out all of these great defensive backs, man. Like, I know they have great quarterbacks, they got great running backs, they've got great everything. But I just feel like of all the positions, Matt Logan and the Huskies just seem to keep getting these defensive backs that are like 4-star, 5-star guys. They sign with big-time Division I programs. I mean, take us behind the curtain. What is going on at Centennial High School that they are so good at just producing these great defensive backs like you?
I think it's the program overall. Coach Logan always has a crazy offense. And so think about the competition we're going against every day in practice. For me, I was going against Javon every day. So that was just making me bring my A game to every single practice from sophomore year all the way to senior year, having to go against a guy like him every single day. And Coach Herring and his defense and all the defensive coaches, they prepared us well. I know a lot of people, even in my own team at Cal, a lot of people weren't even running any coverages or anything in high school. And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. We were running full coverages, variations of different coverages. And I thought that was normal. But when I talked to other high school players, they weren't doing things as advanced as we were at Centennial. So I think the entire program as a whole is what really puts us ahead of a lot of people, and especially on the defensive side, being able to go against Coach Logan's offense every day in practice, that for sure gets us ready.
Yeah, for sure, man. Centennial's on a different level. And dude, that's a great point about just the fact that in practice you're getting better, going against Javon McKinley. Mm-hmm. My seasons get all mixed up. Was Barry Ware around when you were playing?
Yeah, so he was a senior while I was a sophomore. So when I was on scout, barely playing at all, I was having to go against him. So it was a blessing in disguise. I was super low on the JV depth chart, so I was going against the scouts. I was on the scout team against Robert Weber and Barry Ware, and when Trey Watson was there, and even JJ playing running back also, because he was going both ways for some weeks at our sophomore year. So I was able to be on the scout team going against all of them for practice, then the year after be able to start, because that's what really helped me make that jump, is that competition every single day.
Man, you cannot help but get better with those guys in practice. Every single day. Camryn Bynum, man, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad to hear you're doing so well, and we cannot wait to see another Husky in the NFL. Best of luck as you train and get ready for the combine and the draft and all those things that are coming up in the springtime. So, Cam, thanks for joining us, man. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. It was fun.
All right, that's Camryn Bynum, Centennial High School product, and Cal Golden Bears. He gets ready to enter the NFL draft and get ready for the combine, try to get notice of those NFL coaches out there. Thanks, Cam. We appreciate it. There he is, number 24 from the Cal Golden Bears. We're going to take a quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to hear from Jeremy Moussa, the former Roosevelt quarterback, now at Vanderbilt. He came back from an ankle injury. He came back from COVID-19, trying to get the starting job for Vandy. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
Need an oil change? Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Family owned and operated, they're committed to our community. There's 2 locations, so there's one close to you, off the 91 freeway at Arlington and off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. Oil changes are very important, so make sure you swing by. It only takes 10 minutes, and you can do a lot more than just have your oil changed. How about new wiper blades? How about an air filter? Plus many more services such as radiator and transmission. Find out more information at 2getspoiled.com. Don't wait. Get spoiled today.
You know, I mean, I always tell, my student athletes that, hey, gains are gains. It's everyone's where they're at, and all you have to worry about is making those small improvements. I see, I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I see kids who start off, slow and end up being really good, and talented student athletes, and I see others who start off really fast and they end up, petering out. And a lot of that has to do with, the hype of being a young student athlete and having all this shine, all this glory, and then you stop working. So, and I hate that. I feel like that's one of the things as a coach you have to, really hammer into your athletes that, it's a journey, and starting in high school or even making it to college, it's just all part of the journey, but not the destination. The destination is growth. Destination is to keep moving forward. So what I do want to see is I want to see them grow. I want to see them grow academically. I want to see them to grow physically. And as long as we get that growth, they're gonna see some change. They're gonna be better off than where they were, and that's gonna set them on a good path athletically and academically throughout life. So if you think you're ready to grow, if you think you're ready to move out of your comfort zone, then come train here at Boost. Because I tell you right now, it's not a place to be comfortable. We're gonna push you. We're gonna help you grow. But if you think you're ready for it, come check us out.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
Hit us up if you're a local business watching this show right now. You just saw the email. That's inlandsportshow@gmail.com. You could have your business on this very show. We love the Inland Empire. We love local sports. If you're like-minded, hit us up. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, doing such a great job. He is a Zoom wizard back there making it all happen. Thank you, Johnny, here at Teen Vision TV 16. Let's wrap things up like this. We're talking a little bit more college football. Jeremy Moussa. We love Jeremy Moussa, the former Eastville Roosevelt High School star. There he is right there wearing a Vanderbilt uniform for the Commodores. He signed with Hawaii out of Roosevelt, went there for a season. Then he came back to San Bernardino Valley College, was having a record-setting year when he broke his ankle in one of the games towards the end of the season. He bounced back from the ankle injury. He joined Vanderbilt this spring, got a couple practices, and then the pandemic hit. He had to come back home, but he went back out to Vanderbilt. He's competing for the starting job, and then he got COVID-19. Barely had symptoms, so he didn't really know, but he had to sit out 10 days, and then he rejoined the team, and he's still in the mix to be the starting quarterback for the Vanderbilt Commodores when they open up the season September 26th against number 10 ranked Texas A&M. Yes, Vanderbilt is in the SEC. Here's a little bit of our conversation with Jeremy Moussa out of Roosevelt High School.
Inland Sports.
We got Jeremy Moussa, Vanderbilt quarterback, and competing for the starting job with the Commodores. He was so great at Roosevelt High School, so great at SBVC. Now he's out there in the SEC getting ready for their season opener on September 26th against Texas A&M. And Jeremy, I did want to ask you, because you are battling a lot of different challenges, I guess, just going into this season. You know, you had the ankle injury at SBVC, and then the pandemic hit, and then you actually tested positive for COVID. But the good news is you're doing great right now, and you're getting ready for that season opener at Vanderbilt. But I know a lot of people are curious, you know, what kind of symptoms did you have when you tested positive?
For me personally, I mean, I had just a little bit of soreness and fatigue, and I kind of just attributed it to, you know, starting fall camp, because fall camp is going to be a grind. So it was kind of, you know, a little bit of a surprise when I tested positive. But other than that, you know, I felt pretty fine. Minimal congestion, you know, but other than that, the biggest thing was just fatigue. You know, I found myself just tired. But yeah, I mean, I didn't lose my taste or smell or anything like that when, you know, they say the normal COVID symptoms are.
So after you test positive, obviously you have to separate yourself from the team. You know, how long, how many days, how many weeks did you have to, you know, stay away from the team? And when you did, were you still able to communicate and feel like at least you were moving forward, getting better, you know, learning the playbook, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, the protocol for us was 10 days from when, you know, the positive test came back. And so I was out for 10 days. You know, I was still able to go on Zoom meetings with everyone, you know, watch film or practice after it happened, and talk to coaches and all that. But yeah, so I was able to stay up to speed, you know, in the mental game and all that.
Well, we know you're definitely a very smart guy, so I'm sure you obviously grasp those playbooks very quickly. Do you feel like, you know, as we get closer to the season opener for Vanderbilt, and I know you're in a quarterback competition right now, that, you know, not that you're behind everyone else because, you know, you had to sit out a little bit of time, but do you feel like, hey, you've put in enough work, you've shown the coaches enough? I know you're still kind of getting your footing underneath you on a lot of different levels, you know, bouncing back from the injury and this, but do you feel like you're still in the mix for that quarterback battle, and the coaches have seen what you're all about, your physical makeup and also your mental makeup?
Yeah. I mean, the coaches tell us, you know, every day that the competition is going to be fluid. You know, whoever they send out there for game one, you know, might not be, you know, who's out there for game two, and so on. So, you know, you just got to come ready to practice every day to compete, and you never know what's going to happen. You know, like there's COVID going on right now. Anyone can be out at any day. You know, that's, you know, 3 weeks to a month of them possibly not playing, as well as injuries and all that. So I know everyone in our quarterback room's got to be ready, because it's going to be, you know, a long 10 games, and they're going to be, you know, great opponents. So we gotta play our best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Georgia, LSU, season opener against Texas A&M. Jeremy, we're fired up for you, man. That's an incredible schedule for Vanderbilt. Glad to hear you are feeling well, doing well, and again, at one of the best institutions here in the United States. That is Jeremy Moussa, former SBVC and Roosevelt High School quarterback. Join us here. Jeremy, best of luck this upcoming season, man. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you for having me. You always showing support.
Yes, we love Jeremy Moussa. He always makes time for us. We really do appreciate it, and we're wishing him the best as he battles for the starting quarterback job at Vanderbilt. If you want the full interview, we had a long conversation. We produce content for IEMG. That's the IE Media Group, and you can check that out coming up on their IEMG YouTube channel. It's about a 15-minute conversation with Jeremy Moussa talking about SBVC, Roosevelt, going to Vanderbilt, competing for the starting job, all that good stuff. And yeah, Vanderbilt's in the SEC, and their schedule this year is incredible. They open up with Texas A&M. They've got Georgia. They've got LSU. They've got Florida. They've got all those SEC big dogs on the schedule. So it'd be so cool to see Moussa going up against some of those top programs in the nation. And such a great, gracious, smart, funny guy. All the best to Jeremy Moussa. That's going to do it for our Inland Sports Show. There's the rundown. We've come to an end. Johnny Nunez has effortlessly guided us through another show. We do appreciate it here at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. Stay safe. God bless you. And we will see you next Wednesday night, 6:05, for another edition of the Inland Sports Show.